weren't very convincing. Come on, how's everyone? There you go. That's the way you have to play your music as well. Just dig in and, you know, be aggressive with what's going on. Have you been playing in the parks? Yeah, okay. Well, this is a wonderful, wonderful gathering that we have here every year with Festival Disney, and we try to make it just as educational and enjoyable as possible. We're going to talk about primarily one tune, the last one you did, the David Schaefer piece, because that's the one I think that you can address some issues there and apply it to the other pieces as well. So let's get that one up, if you will. This is Into the Light. All right. First of all, composers struggle a lot with what kind of tempo settings to put on their page. You know, they'll say, well, if I put this really where I want it to be, you know, that might be too slow for the ensemble to play, depending on you know, your level of abilities at whatever age. They struggle with that a lot. David and I work together every year. I'll see him in about 2 weeks doing another festival similar to this up in he lives in Boston now. I think I know David well enough to know that he's trying to get you to really jump in there and dig in and try to play 150, whatever it beats a minute, when you can actually still make music from it at a little bit of a slower pace. We want it to be energetic and forward, and you know, all the exciting stuff that's associated with that, but without being frantic. There's a sort of a fine line there. So we're going to start this now, or in just a minute, and we're going to play it just slightly slower, just a little slower, not much. Before we do that, though, I want you all to play your B-flat concert, please, your tuning note with me. Here we go. Okay, listen very carefully. The pitches match each other. Listen to each other's playing. Again. Okay, I would like for you to say, when I give you the cue with my hands, I would like for you to say what you say when you're at the doctor's office and he's checking you for tonsillitis. What do you say? Exactly, you say, ah, right? That's the way I want you to present this tone. Once again now, play. Here we go. And. All right, now did you notice a change there? All of a sudden you were much more together on your the address of the tone. You didn't accent it, you didn't smack it, it was appeared, and that's what you want to do in a legato kind of setting. This first note, however, in this piece is pretty much accented, isn't it? So we just add a little, you know, zest to that, and we'll make it happen. All right, let's start at the beginning here. We go, about this tempo. 1, 2, begin. Play that note and hold it and play it at piano. Sustain the sound. What you have at measure 8. That a girl. Yeah, go ahead. That's the one. All right, you probably can't play that too loudly. A lot of air going through those pipes. All right, so bring it in. Once again, that tone, please. Measure 8 and. Make sure we got the right buttons pushed in there. Okay, did I feel a little easier for you? Did it feel non-musical? Did you feel like that's in the spirit of the piece? You got to tell me because I'm going to report it to David. Okay, I think so too. I think that feels much like what he intends without having you break your necks to get to that 150, whatever it is. All right. When we get to situations as we have at measure 11, let's take a look at right there. Clarinets, flute, bells, anyone? You notice how many different tones you're playing there? How many would you say? 1 is exactly right. One note repeated over and over and over in a rhythm. Have any idea what we call that when it's scored? In Italian, it's called an ostinato. And in Italian, the translation from the Italian to the English. Ostinato means obstinate. So what you want to do is just drive that rhythm by matching your articulations, everyone tonguing in exactly the same fashion so that the durations of all those tones will equate. Let's hear the ostinato now and measure 11. People with quarter notes. Here we go. And 1, 2, begin. Okay, all together, making sure that we have the bells right on the beat, right? 11. Okay, here we go again. 1, 2, now. All right, that's the idea. That ostinato stays exactly the same. It's very machine-like, which begs the question then, where do I breathe? I can't play this for all those measures without taking a breath. Okay, you have 2 clarinets, one you breathe at different spots, right? 4 flutes, you breathe at different spots, so we keep that line uninterrupted all the way through it. All right, now we add to that another ingredient. We have rhythm back there, we have harmonization and rhythm up here. How many elements of music are there? Anyone know? 2? What are they? Okay, there's one more. Atta girl, exactly right. Now, put those in priority order. Could you do that for me? Okay. Being a tubist, I can see why you might say rhythm first, because you do a lot of rhythmic play, right? Usually, we think of, in this order, we think of melody being the primary ingredient. And then there's always a lot of confusion or a lot of discussion about whether rhythm or harmony comes in next. I happen to believe it's harmony, because in harmony, we can't have rhythm. We can't have rhythm in harmony. I get that right in a minute. Yeah, you follow what I'm saying? We need to make sure now that we have this ingredient, we have the rhythm back there, we have the harmony up here, and now we're going to have the melodic line, the most important. That's going to be in saxophone and horn, okay? Take your pickup, please, in the 13, okay? I'll give you 3 beats. Here it is, and 1, 2, go. Keep going. Question for you. Now, you took a breath in measure 14, right? Melodically. Okay, then you came back in and you took another one in 16. But this, after that, you didn't take another one until we finished the phrase. There's another couple of words for you. When we music, we talk about phrases being, what's the equivalent in speaking? A sentence, right? A musical sentence, a phrase. So we don't want to interrupt that phrase. We have also phrases that are called antecedent, the first part, and the second part, the answer to the question, if you will, being consequent. So we want to make sure we play all the way through the antecedent before we take a breath, and take a breath, then go into the consequent. All right, where does that begin and end? Okay, but you take a breath every how many measures? 4 out of 4. 4 bars, and that should get the phrases worked out so we hear symmetry. I'm throwing a lot of words at you today, but these are the things. When you go to French class, you speak French, right? When you go to biology class, you speak science. You go to music class, you speak music. And this is what this is all about. If you can take these things, it makes his job a lot easier. He can just say, watch your phrasing, and then you know exactly what to do. All right, so let's start now with the melody. Pick up into 13, and let's play it with an antecedent and consequent relationship. Okay, here it is, and 1, go now. Okay, give me 3 beats to start, and 1, begin, play. Breathe. All right, and the last term we're going to throw at you for you here every rehearsal, that's called balance. Now, what are we going to balance to here, gang? Which is the most important of the 3? Raise your hands if you have it. Yes, and the second most important? Where are you? The harmonizations, and the harmonization is in the rhythmic ostinato, right? Okay, good. Everyone, please start 2 bars before 13, then play until I stop you. Here we go. 2 before 13, all players. And 1, 2, begin. Keep going. And, all right, and then we have another ingredient over here. It's called the what? What did you guys just start to play? They're playing a melody, and you're playing a counter melody. Exactly. So we have another player in this big stage play. I know, I'm out of time. All these things, folks, what we're doing is, as I said, a stage play. We have all these various characters which are represented in the music, and we've got to make sure each one is heard, their dialogue is heard by the audience. So when you get back in there and work on balance and all the other stuff that he tells you, you'll be great. Okay, thanks very much. Enjoyed it. Better with you.